And I can't lie, it took me embarrassingly long to get the fire started. But now that I've got it started, it is roaring. I am just outside a small settlement called Furness, and I'm hiking around 5 miles to spend the night in a remote Bothy shelter here in the Scottish Highlands. I'm starting on a really well-made forestry track, and it looks like I'm going to be following that for the majority of the hike. But the weather is pretty good right now. Quite cloudy, but there's no rain, and I'm just surrounded by trees on either side. Really quite peaceful. So let's go. Just a nice gradual incline to start things off. That's always nice, just to ease you in. Nothing too strenuous. And the views are starting to open up to the mountains surrounding. There's no like mountains that stand out. They're not very striking, but sometimes the rolling hills are just as impressive. Yeah, it's a nice start, and there's no one around. Really peaceful. I often wonder how difficult it must have been to create these paths. Like, just look at this. The way it just cuts through this forest, which is, I mean, it's pretty dense and the trees are huge. It's so impressive. Wonder how long it would have taken. But it makes it so much easier for me. Imagine I had to fight through all these trees to get to the Bothy. I'm grateful for this path for sure. It's not really the most scenic hike so far in terms of views, but because the track is so good, you're just allowed to completely switch off and just let your mind wander. And it's not really a walking that I'm used to doing, and they do say life is all about contrast, so I'm just taking my time and enjoying it for what it is. I have caught my first glimpse of Loch Fyne just in the far distance there. You can't see too much of it, but it is around 40 miles long, making it Scotland's biggest sea loch and is famous for oyster fishing. It's a shame we can't see more of it, because it pretty much stretches all the way along here and all the way into the far distance where those mountains are. But still pretty cool to see. And I'm about halfway towards the Bothy, and I think I'll be leaving this forestry track pretty soon. So yeah, making good progress. What a difference straight away. Just looks like I'm heading off into the middle of nowhere pretty much. But I much prefer this sort of little trail compared to those forestry tracks. This is just a lot more picturesque, but not too far to the Bothy. I really don't think this path gets walked too often, to be honest, because it's really overgrown in sections. And I mean, just look at the forest around me. It's so dense. Look how hairy that tree is. Looks like a spider or something like that. That's terrifying. And I'm pretty much just walking in a river right now. But yeah, let's get to the Bothy. Well, we have arrived at the Bothy. Looks really good. I think I'll just head in and Get myself a spot. Wow. Some Bothy. Yeah, that's not actually the Bothy. Imagine I was staying in that, man. I think I would cry. Just ignore my terrible jokes as well. I'll take a sympathy laugh, to be fair, if it's going. But yeah, I've just entered into this glen and it's really nice. Luckily that is not the Bothy, but I'm only like a mile from the actual Bothy. And it's about 4:30, so I'm excited to get along there and see what it's like. So yeah, let's do it. Well, I have arrived at Karen Bothy. Look at this wee place. So cool. Got a wee bucket attached to a rope there, I'm not sure what that is for. But as you can see, it is kept good by the Mountain Bothy Association. And let's have a look inside. Ooh, quite dark in here already. As you can see, it's pretty small. There's only one sleeping platform, maybe 2 or 3 people on there, and it's just the one room. But you've got everything you need to cut firewood up there. A nice cozy fireplace, keep the place warm, and some pretty amazing views out the window. I actually like that this Bothy's a little bit smaller. It means it's pretty easy to get light in through the windows on either side, and it also should be a bit easier to heat up with the fireplace. But I'll head outside and give you a tour of the area. I really like this big tree that sits just outside the Bothy. Just makes it seem a lot more inviting for some reason. Absolutely beautiful. But as you can see, there are a couple of ruins right here, and I think what they did was the Bothy didn't actually exist. There was 2 ruins right here, and they used the leftover materials from them to make the Bothy, which is pretty smart. And just look at the surroundings, so nice. And then the river is literally like just down there, so easy water source. But I'm gonna head inside and make some dinner because I am starving. Oh, feels really good to get off this heavy pack. That weighs an absolute ton with all the firewood and stuff. But I am starving. Let's get some food. I've just gone cheap again. I'm just having a super noodle, but it's literally like £1 or something. But my theory is if you go cheap on food, then you can come to these amazing places more often. But yeah, let's get this food. I am starving. Oh, this is so nice and warm. I'm actually really excited to try this. It's a barbecue beef, and it smells pretty interesting. But yeah, that'll be nice to have, to be honest. It's like 8 degrees outside, so it's pretty cold. But I'm going to head outside and eat this, because the views are pretty stunning tonight. Oof. Tell you what, it's a windy one today, and it cuts right through you. It's freezing cold. But luckily this is nice and warm. A wee taste test. The barbecue beef super noodles. Don't know if I'm a fan, to be honest, but it's hot and it'll do a job. I'm just going to enjoy this and then just chill out. It seems to be a really nice night. Should get a nice sunset hopefully. So I'll just enjoy where I am, try to be present and enjoy this hot food. Well, the sun's gone down and it's pitch black outside now. And I can't lie, it took me embarrassingly long to get the fire started. But now that I've got it started, it is roaring. And I don't actually have too much firewood to top it up. I accidentally bought like a bunch of kindling instead of a fire log. So I'm not sure how long it'll last, to be honest. But I'll keep topping it up and yeah, just enjoy it. It's so peaceful having a fire in a bothy. And I was pretty cold before, I'm definitely not now. It's nice and warm, so yeah. I'm just going to enjoy this. So nice. Well, good morning everyone. And it's another beautiful morning here in Scotland, which is pretty rare, I can't lie. It was just me and the bothy last night, which was nice. It was nice to just chill and get some solitude. And I had the fire going for maybe 3 or 4 hours and then called it a night. And it did actually get pretty cold. I think it got down to about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cold to be honest. But with the fire going, it was fairly easy to warm up that room because it's pretty small. But we're forecast rain in a couple hours, so I think I'm going to make my way back. Hope you've enjoyed this adventure. Carron Bothy is pretty amazing and it's in such a great spot. So yeah, I'll make my way back, and if you have enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. And I'll hopefully see you guys next time for another adventure. Let's go.